This is the brand new Nissan Tekton which has been launched at 10.49 lakhs, whereas the most expensive Tekton that you can buy will cost you around 18.59 lakhs. That's right. Now this car is very closely related to the Renault Duster. However, this doesn't get the hybrid version. Yes, Nissan won't sell you the hybrid version like Renault does for the Duster, but this is going to be a very important car for Nissan. In fact, they have called journalists from all over the world. We have people from the Middle East, we have people from South Africa who have seen this car for the first time with us. Let me show you around what the Tekton is like, how it looks like, what sort of features it gets, and finally what all variants you will get. Now, before I talk you through the design of the Tekton, let's talk about the specs. Now, this car, like the Duster, gets two engine options, a 1 litre and a 1.3 litre turbo petrol engine option, and the 1.3 gets both a manual and a 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission that the Duster gets. However, like I said, the Tekton won't get the hybrid version. Now, mechanically, this car is pretty much the same as the Duster. The overall dimensions are the same, the ground clearance is the same. They both have 212 millimeters of ground clearance, if I'm not wrong. The wheel size on this most expensive version is 18 inches, just like the Duster. And so yeah, if you're looking for driving experience that will be vividly different from the Duster, then you are looking at the wrong car, because it's not that. It's very similar. However, what you get is a completely new look. So let's begin with that. So design is something that's entirely new for this car, and as you can see, the whole front end of it is completely different from the Duster. It doesn't look like the Duster in any way. If you look at the bonnet, the grooves on this bonnet, they look quite muscular. Now Nissan has done a great job of differentiating this car from the Duster, because if you look at it from head on, from the side or from the back there is some resemblance, but from the front there is no link to the Duster at all. I like this red element quite a bit. The grille has been inspired from Nissan's other SUVs in the Middle East, particularly the Petrol and the Pathfinder. So it looks quite muscular, it looks quite strong. The bumper element is also quite neat. Now, like I said, lots of grooves on the bonnet, which gives it that muscular presence. 18-inch wheels that you have on this top spec model. Now the Duster gets all black color for the wheels, whereas you have a dual tone razor cut finish for these wheels. Now these look really nice. Like the Duster, you also have this little element on the front door, whereas the detailing on the Duster is quite different. Here, if you come closer, you will see that it's got this silhouette of the Himalayas. That's what Nissan tells us is the inspiration behind this plaque. Side profile is quite similar to the Duster. The window line is similar. You get roof rails, like I said, lots of plastic body cladding as well to give it that muscular look, to give it that rugged look. So from the side, it looks similar to the Duster, but there is still some differentiation. Now, if you come at the back, finally at the back, not so much of a difference in the look between this and the Duster. This light bar element and the tail light itself, they are quite similar to the Duster, although Nissan had some limitations when it comes to how much of a change they can bring about for this car. But overall, I think they have still done a great job. The Tekton actually looks quite better in my opinion than the Duster. But again, looks are subjective. You might like the Duster a bit more. But if you ask me, this looks slightly nicer. It looks slightly, it looks more cohesive than the Duster. And also, while we are at it, this is what the boot area looks like. Nissan tells us the boot space on this car is as much as 700 liters, and if you look at all the luggage that they have packed in here, it seems quite believable. So yeah, and again, like the Duster, you have an electrically powered tailgate, which is it's a rare feature in this segment, because even the Creta, well, it doesn't get that. So kudos to Nissan for that. So that's how the Tekton looks like. Let us know in the comments what do you think of this car. Do you like this, or do you like the Duster more when it comes to purely looks? Nissan, it seems, have made a lot of effort to change the vibe or the ambience of this car, because while overall it to me this car looks like the Duster from inside, because of course you can't change the shape of the dashboard and the door pads, because that's too expensive for a brand when it comes to cross-selling models like these. But what they have done is change the upholstery. They have changed the ambience of this car by giving it different materials, different colors. So here, as you'll see, it's got this burgundy and beige upholstery for the seats, and you also have rose gold accents for the center console and over here as well. Now what this does is it gives you a different vibe compared to the Duster. The Duster inside, it's got a darker theme inside no matter what variant you go for, but in here you have more splashing of colors. What Nissan has done is they have improved the vibe using purely using colors and the quality of materials that they have used for the surfacing. And yeah, I think it all works quite well. It all comes together quite nicely, and you have a vibe that's quite different from the Duster, so that I think is a nice positive for the Tekton. Talking about features, Nissan has given this car a lot of features. First of all, you get this huge panoramic sunroof. In this top spec variant, you also get dual digital displays. This one is of course touchscreen. It's quite large in size and fairly responsive if you ask me. Now, what all this car gets different from the Duster? Well, it's first of all, it's the way the ambient lighting has been configured. Now this is something that you won't get in the Duster. It's purely limited to this car. Now Nissan have also talked a lot about the Google functions like the Google AI, Google Assistant on this car. So it just makes it easier when you want to go somewhere, if you want to have that connected experience with this car. That's something that Nissan has worked with Google for the Tekton in particular. So that might be used to you. Again, it's a subjective thing, but otherwise you have leather seats, you have a climate control, you have steering mounted controls, everything is electrically adjustable. The boot lid is electrically adjustable, the mirrors are adjustable, the whole lot. So feature wise, the Tekton is right up there in the segment with other cars. It's quite fairly loaded. You also have ventilated functions for both the front seats. You also have power adjustment for the seats, although the manual adjustment is there for lumbar. That's not electric, but that's not concerning. So yeah, overall the feature set is quite good. Even safety features are good. Nissan is claiming 40 plus safety features for this car. You have 6 airbags, ESP, ABS, the whole lot. Of course, you also have ADAS, and Nissan has particularly focused on the sort of ADAS features that you would use, and not they have not crammed a lot of features into the ADAS which are there for show. So that's something that we got to know during the presentation. So overall, yeah, it's a good show by Nissan, and the Tekton is one of the most feature-equipped cars in its class. So that's the new Nissan Tekton for you. 12 variants in all. You have 2 engine options, you have 3 gearbox options, 4 interior themes, and as many as 11 color options. So pretty widespread if you ask me. And if you have been looking for this car, and if you want to buy this over the Duster, you have lots of variants and all to choose from. So let me know in the comments if you have actually been looking forward to the Tekton, and if it's something that's in your consideration list, because Nissan has already started the bookings for this car, whereas deliveries will begin from as early as 20th of this month. So again, let us know in the comments if this is what you would buy over the Duster or even the Creta for that matter, and I'll see you in the next one.